Welcome to Internisis. I'm Sky, and in this video I'd like to tell you my favorite thing about 140, a music-oriented platformer with minimalistic aesthetics developed by Carlson Games. In 140, the music and the level design are one and the same. Platforms and obstacles generate sound specific to their type as they move, and these sounds come together to form the music. It isn't just generalized. You can source the various instruments in the stereo landscape around you. Paying attention to this music then provides you with information about patterns you'll need to navigate throughout the stage. Initially, though, things seem quiet and lifeless. As we play, we come across these curious circular markings in the ground. At first, we can only pass them by. At a branching path, we also see various kinds of platforms that seem to be inactive, leaving that route inaccessible to us. Finally, we discover a small orb. Once we pick it up, we can return to the socket that we saw earlier, deposit it there, and bring those dormant platforms to life, allowing us to press forward along the other path. The simple idea that slotting an artifact into a receptacle embedded within the ground literally and directly transforms the world around it carries an immense, childlike appeal to me. In this case, the transformation appears to be some kind of energy that is unlocked and washes over the stage around us, animating a specific part of its level design. Until we capture them, the orbs that we find exhibit the same behavior as the gameplay elements that they bring to life, and they likewise radiate the corresponding aspect of the stage's developing music. Each orb also visibly contains the color scheme in which the stage is repainted when its mechanism and sound are dispersed. Thus, the implication is that these relics, rather than acting as keys to the receptacle, actually carry information, and the sockets receive and disseminate these properties throughout the world. The basic concept of changing the world, or at least one's perception of it, in order to access different areas is a very familiar one in video games, but I don't believe that I've ever seen it implemented in this way before. Carrying the orbs back to the sockets adds detail and weight to the act of transformation that isn't conveyed in other games where the player is allowed to switch between mirror worlds at a whim. This is such an evocative idea, and I would love to see it repurposed for a more robust game. In particular, it seems like it would lend itself well to non-linear game design that requires the player to change the world in order to reach different locations, because the need to retrieve orbs would add an unusual element of forethought. What if, for instance, the game required you to tactically choose from among many such orbs at once? The act of bringing different orbs to different sockets could present opportunities for environmental puzzles, because some orbs or sockets would be inaccessible in different environmental states. There's a lot of room for complexity there. Of course, all of that is not to say that I don't appreciate the idea as it is executed within 140's limited scope. This is a beautiful game, and the fact that I want to see an elaboration upon its core thematic conceit simply speaks to how evocative it is here and now. Besides, a broader implementation has just as much chance to produce a rambling, unfocused result as any real improvement. A short experience like 140 has a purity of design that I appreciate, and which requires neither expansion nor apology. I love this little game, and I hope you'll check it out for yourself.